Yo, what's good, gang? It's the Dope Guy, and I am back with another video, big dog. Yo, hope you guys are all doing well out there because I'm doing alright, and here I am spinning the block with content for y'all, man, on my soul. And man, today's video, we got every allegation against Jay-Z explained. Oh no. Oh man, he's being accused with some allegation along with Diddy and shit. I'm like, oh no, not the GOAT, bro. Oh man, shout out to Matty Balls. Subscribe to his channel, tap in with his content, man. Yo, man, I already know this is gonna be nasty work, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the same energy with all of them, bro. If it's true, man, this is nasty work. Nasty work from Hove, man. Come on, bro. I've been a fan of yours for I don't know how long. This shit is gonna be crazy work, bro. But damn, man. I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. What you gonna see as the story unfolds, man. He already put it out there. The lawyers already own that shit. Like, y'all are wild. They already put it out there, bro. But yeah, man, it's gonna be tough to watch this. But yo, can't wait to hop into it. But before we do that, subscribe to the Dope Guy. That way to get notifications every time I upload. And from right here on Snapchat, the Instagram right across the bottom screen. So with that being said, I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer because y'all already know this. Go, big dog. Let's get into it. Yes, sir.
Just recently, an extremely serious allegation was made against Jay-Z in a lawsuit filed a couple of days ago. From a quick and heated response from Jay himself to tons of fans bringing up all of the weird circumstances surrounding Jay-Z over the years, it can be very confusing to separate facts from theories. So today, I'm going to be breaking down all of the formal allegations against Jay-Z, along with his response and the theories from the fans. It all began on December 8th when a lawsuit against Diddy was amended and Jay-Z was named as a defendant. If you've been out of the loop for the past year or so, P. Diddy, aka Sean Combs, has been accused, sued, and indicted because of a lot of terrible things. I made an entire video on it detailing all of the allegations against him, so you can check that out if you need to catch up.
Yeah.
But put simply, Diddy was allegedly a serial rapist, tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car, and has a laundry list of crimes, mostly sexual, that date back decades. So obviously, if Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, is being named in a lawsuit alongside Diddy, that can't be a good thing.
Right, hell no.
And the woman who is identified as a Jane Doe says she was 13 years old at the time she was allegedly assaulted by Combs and Carter at an after party following the Video Music Awards in 2000. The woman alleges she began to feel woozy after consuming a drink at the party and wandered into a nearby bedroom. The woman alleged...
What's a 13-year-old doing at a party? At an after party? I don't know.
Just Carter first, followed by Combs. The woman says she hit Combs and ran out of the party, according to the amended lawsuit. NBC said that the girl was dropped off by a friend at the VMAs, but she didn't have a ticket. Apparently she tried to find a way to an after party, and a driver who said he worked for Diddy said that she fit what Diddy was looking for.
Whoa.
So he took her there, and allegedly she even had to sign an NDA to go into the after party, but she never got a copy. After the incident...
How you know all these things you're supposed to do at age 13, though? I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog. And I don't know.
Girl ran to a gas station and called her dad. So basically, Jay-Z is being accused of being a 13-year-old girl back in the year 2000. Then the lawsuit said that the woman's legal team reached out to Jay-Z to try and resolve the problem. Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against her lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence her. They said that the effort to scare the alleged victim didn't work, and they plan to continue with the lawsuit. Also, the reason that all of these lawsuits have been coming out lately, out of New York in particular, is because New York recently extended their statute of limitations. What that means is that a crime that happened a super long time ago wouldn't have been able to be prosecuted, but now since they have a 2-year look-back window, you can file a lawsuit. I explained this in my previous video.
So in New York, the statute of limitations, you could go back as far as down to 25 years, bro. Damn. It's crazy.
Diddy, because he's got hundreds of suits against him right now. But that's why all of these lawsuits have been coming out lately. The lawyer filing the suit against Jay-Z is also the guy who you may remember announced he was representing 120 new victims against Diddy. He said high-profile names would be named once he had enough information, and I suppose now he thinks he has enough to bring Jay-Z down. This suit in particular was filed back in October, but Jay-Z wasn't named until the other day. Instead, he was referred to as Celebrity A. The suit also claimed that another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after party but did nothing to stop the assault. The suit also said that Jay-Z has been with Diddy during many of his crimes. And those were the only times Jay was mentioned in the suit. for 4 particular incidents out of the 20-page suit that was largely aimed against
Jesus
Diddy.
Christ.
And for a lot of artists who over the years have built up a ton of goodwill with their fans, you'd think Jay-Z fans would come to defend him. However, because of all these strange circumstances surrounding Jay-Z, a lot of people have been looking at him sideways. The strangest thing about this whole situation is that back in November, when the attorney filing this case, Tony Busby, announced that he was representing 120 newly alleged victims, an anonymous male celebrity sued him. About 3 weeks ago, an unnamed plaintiff, who turned out to be Jay-Z, was suing Busby and his firm. He accused Busby of shamelessly attempting to extort exorbitant sums from him, or else publicly file wildly false, horrific allegations against him. Jay's lawyers claim that Busby sent Jay a demand letter in which he threatened to unleash entirely fabricated and salacious allegations of sexual assault if Jay didn't comply with their demands.
Damn.
This does sound fairly suspicious and definitely sounds like extortion.
Extortion, yep.
No, in this case, is just threatening someone with legal action if they don't give you money. However, Rolling Stone did consult a legal expert and they weighed in on this. According to the expert, this is somewhat common, and they said, you have a right to represent your client and demand that a potential defendant pay money to compensate your client. But you don't have a right to say, if you don't pay, I'm going to report you to the authorities. I think that's the really clear line. That's
Right.
Civil extortion and not protected by the First Amendment. So Busby on one hand is saying that these demand letters are common and it was just a way of keeping things private, whereas Jay-Z and his legal team are saying that it was just extortion. In response to the at the time anonymous lawsuit, Busby took to Instagram to release a statement. He said, I've been sued in Los Angeles in a last-ditch attempt to stop me from revealing names in public lawsuits. The case filed against my firm is not only without legal merit, it is laughable. Here's why. On behalf of 2 clients who alleged sexual assault, we sent a standard demand letter to a New York lawyer that we know represents an alleged perpetrator and potential defendant. The letters were sent seeking a confidential mediation in lieu of filing a lawsuit. No amount of money was included in the demand letters. No threats were made. The demand letters sent are no different than the ones routinely sent by lawyers across the country in all types of cases. So this whole extortion thing and the lawsuits flying back and forth makes this pretty complicated. And right now it's basically a he said, she said situation.
Yep.
Because us general folks don't have enough information to come to a good conclusion of what actually happened. We don't know what exactly Busby said in the demand letter.
And one thing about the people also, they're going to believe whatever they want to believe, bro, whether you're lying or not. They're going to believe whether it's the truth, then run with it, or whether it's a lie, bro. You're going to believe whatever you're going to feel you believe, bro. It is what it is, especially the general public. General public going to have their opinion no matter what, so.
We don't know all of the information that Busby has against Jay-Z. So all of this makes the lawsuit situation all the more complicated, and Jay-Z was forced to respond swiftly. After all of this went down and the lawsuit hit the news cycle on December 8th, Jay-Z responded within hours with a statement on the Roc Nation Twitter page. He said, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims.
This shit is crazy.
And explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world, who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiot claims that you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. This was the original version of the post from Jay-Z, which was quickly deleted to add this last sentence, in which he said, "I look forward to showing you just how different I am." So Jay-Z's response was also ran as an ad on Twitter, which was definitely kind of strange, although some people were saying that he was just trying to spread the word and defend his name. After this came out, a lot of fans pointed out what Busby said weeks ago, and it really became a whole debate of whether or not this whole situation was just extortion. But like I said, it's really hard to call anything right now because we don't know what Busby said.
Right.
We don't know what Jay-Z
You don't know
said,
what's going. You don't know the
it's hard
truth.
to come to a conclusion. A lot of people also thought the addition of the last line, "I look forward to showing you just how different I am," was a pretty devious thing to say. And then just yesterday, Jay-Z's lawyers motioned for the defendant, Jane Doe, to reveal her identity before proceeding. This is the first legal action we have seen publicly from Jay-Z in this case, and in the motion for the plaintiff to reveal their identity, Jay's lawyers said, "For months, an extortionate campaign has been targeting Jay-Z under cover of darkness. That campaign was cynical and calculated to force payment of an exorbitant sum of money. Jay would have to pay X millions of dollars irrespective of the truth, or else." They also allege that Busby tried to shut down Jay-Z's defense. So Jay's lawyers are calling for either the accuser to reveal her identity or for the allegations to be dismissed. Basically, they are saying that no facts had actually been provided, and this was just Busby's way of trying to use his high-profile Diddy case to extract money from other celebrities, and if they didn't pay, he'd destroy their reputations. Also, in a few of the recent cases against Diddy, the judges have ruled that the anonymous plaintiffs would also have to identify themselves, so it's possible that that will have to happen here as well. Quick little editor's note. While I'm filming this video, Tony Busby tweeted out, "The New York Times contacted me to ask for my response to rapper Jay-Z's allegation that I tried to extort and blackmail him. My response is pretty straightforward. No one has made any threats. Jay-Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm has sent a standard demand letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, whose preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. This approach is common in these types of cases. What you are seeing played out now is a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by my clients. This effort has included harassing my family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue me, which is illegal. When an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim, it reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare, "The lady doth protest too much, methinks." We intend to address all of these issues with the court in due course. Let me be clear, we will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't be silenced. Meanwhile, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy are at the premiere of Lion King, so I guess they aren't too bothered. And if you thought that was complicated, well, the case gets worse. The lawsuit is coming from the lawyer I mentioned, Tony Busby, and a lot of people online have been claiming that he isn't the greatest lawyer. Now, I'm going to say right now before I dive into this,
scam attorney, damn.
Expert, I could not tell you if he's good or bad, but I will tell you a few of the reasons that people have issues with him. For one reason, he's done a ton of high-profile cases. For example, cases against BP, Deshaun Watson, and Travis Scott. However, I did look into the Deshaun Watson and Travis Scott cases, and many of those were mostly settled confidentially. Another reason people don't like Busby is because he's a Trump supporter, which I don't think I really need to break down. And Tony Busby was also the lawyer who announced the 120 essay cases against Diddy that I mentioned earlier, and then he held a press conference to tell people about it.
As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. We've handled over the last 25 years some very big and very important cases. I believe that this one may surpass them all. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names.
Damn.
It's a long list already. Of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. I'm talking about the people that participated, encouraged it, egged it on.
And a lot of people have looked at this one of two ways. The first being, wow, he's brave to go after the big fish. And what he's saying then lines up perfectly with what's happening now. And the other perspective is that this guy is really big on theatrics and kind of pushing his own name. I mean, to be fair, I didn't see any other lawyers against Diddy holding whole press conferences for 30 minutes.
Right. Who's doing that shit? No one's holding no press conference trying to accuse a predator type shit, bro. You're trying to build your name up, bro. That's what it seems like.
Thinks that Tony Busby is pursuing attention and wealth. He does own a real estate firm and is fairly wealthy, which you can see all over his social media. And he also ran for office a couple of times in Houston, both unsuccessfully. I looked a bit more into this and I found out that a lot of people in Houston aren't too big on Busby. According to a few hundred people on Reddit, Tony Busby misconstrued his success as a lawyer who litigates against large companies as some kind of higher call to run for public office. He would just be a wacky, larger-than-life River Oaks lawyer if he'd kept it to that, but instead decided to insert himself into things Houstonians did not want him for. To be fair though, he did get 28% of the vote the first time running for mayor and 41% the second time running for council, so it's not like everyone hated him.
No, it's not
I say
everybody.
all of this just to say it is possible that there are good reasons people don't like this guy, and it is possible that Jay-Z is right about what he said in his response. However, it's also just as possible that Busby is fighting the good fight for the victims. But on top of all of this, there's also been some shady foreshadowing going on when it comes to people like Diddy and Jay-Z. Originally, after everything came out about Diddy, people began looking sideways at Jay-Z, especially since he was so quiet. 50 Cent even said, "Anybody seen Jay?" Puff said he ain't been answering his phone. 50 also said in an interview that a lot of the celebrities who aren't speaking out like he is are probably scared since they were involved.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
Yeah, 50 Cent he's been out there pressing that shit.
So now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't listen to anything is because they participated. So.
I went over all of this in detail on my last video about Jay-Z and Beyonce, but I'll break down the main things that apply here. First of all, people thought it was strange that Jay-Z met Beyonce when she was 18 and started dating her when she was 19 because he was 31 at the time.
Oh, shit.
And the second main thing that people have pointed out is Jay-Z's connections over the years to R. Kelly and P. Diddy, who are two known ex-offenders. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends since the 90s when they were both growing up in the music industry. They even collaborated on a track in 1997. On top of that, these two were also connected to Aaliyah and R. Kelly, who were married when Aaliyah was only 15.
Oh,
Dame
no.
Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z and dated Aaliyah when she was of age, said he thought it was morally wrong for Jay-Z to do a collab album with R. Kelly when he did. Dame said, "It's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know, my girl, or anybody for that matter." He also said Jay-Z tried getting at Aaliyah too.
And then, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then she, it got brought up, and I was like, fuck both of y'all. But it never worked out for them, and we were both, trying to get at her. I kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah, obviously.
Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
So there was undoubtedly some shady stuff going down in their circle, as Jay-Z was friends with P. Diddy and R. Kelly. And it's possible that Jay-Z knew about some of the stuff that was going on. Things got even more complicated when, about a month ago, Piers Morgan had a guest on named Jaguar Wright, who's a singer who works with Jay-Z. And he had her on his show to discuss the Diddy situation. And it was on this episode that she brought up Jay-Z and Beyonce's involvement.
Dream Hand spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which it fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail, get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there
To be clear, I couldn't find any articles funding this docuseries, by the way, but I did see a few articles that said Jay-Z declined to be interviewed for the show. Jaguar also said in this interview that Jay-Z and Beyonce are a nasty couple who do nasty things. Now, before I tell you what followed this interview, I want to tell you a little bit about Jaguar Wright. In my previous video, I mentioned that Jaguar has made a ton of crazy claims, many of which have gone nowhere, so I wouldn't count on her to be the most credible source, although she has gotten some things right. But it's also possible that she does know something. One person on Reddit said it pretty well when they said, she might be right about some of the stuff regarding Diddy, but I'm guessing a lot of it was already known in the music industry. And even a broken clock like Jaguar Wright is right twice a day. Regardless, following her interview on Piers Morgan, Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers reached out to Piers. They said Piers Morgan's irresponsible broadcast filled with lies is so far over the line that a legal ultimatum was warranted. Nobody acting under the guise of journalism can elicit outrageous statements from exploitive situations in an effort to drive clicks, and not have to answer for that. Because of this, Piers Morgan actually apologized and trimmed the segment from his show.
Last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims have received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves. But now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Again, there are two main ways to take this. One, Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't want crazy, disrespectful misinformation like this on the internet, or they really did what Jaguar was saying and were trying to keep it quiet. Regardless, this only made the situation bigger, and around this time Jaguar Wright also went on Real Life Productions for another interview. She again stirred the pot and made an hour's worth of more huge claims, and also spoke on the theory that Jay-Z and Beyonce were involved in the death of Aaliyah.
I want you to think about this.
What?
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce.
I don't know, bro.
Let's just say allegedly that happened.
I don't know about that one, bro.
Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who was a victim of Sean Carter. Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that.
I don't know, bro.
You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
Yikes.
And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Allegedly.
This TikTok in particular got 15 million.
I bet it did.
Every comment saying they believe it. And whether or not you believe Jaguar is entirely up to you, but she's been making a ton of headlines for her claims. And all of this happened about a month or so before the lawsuit came out against Jay-Z, along with Jay-Z's claims of extortion, which brings us to where we are today. Right now, there are two main schools of thought. First, there is the group of people I mentioned that are cross-referencing Jay-Z's friendship with people like Diddy and R. Kelly. There are a ton of Twitter threads with people talking about all of the Jay-Z suspicious incidents and all of his friendships over the years. One fan said Jay-Z has 2 albums with R. Kelly and a whole tour with him and is close friends with him, Diddy, and Harvey Weinstein, but there's suddenly no way he could be a predator because he's married to Beyonce. Another said that message Jay-Z posted was condescending, narcissistic, and used victim-blaming and gaslighting rhetoric, and he never, not once, said he didn't do it. I hope he goes down bad.
Yikes.
People think that this super quick response means that they knew this was coming and are guilty, so this was prepared in advance. On the flip side, the other major group is the people who think Jay-Z is innocent, or should at least be innocent until proven guilty when more information comes out. This is for a few reasons. For example, Ebro said in defense of Jay-Z, Jay wrote this 32 minutes ago on his iPhone and no one is speaking on his behalf. A lot of people, along with Ebro, think that this response from Jay-Z is just genuine and from the heart. And to be fair, it doesn't seem to be written in your typical PR-trained way.
Right, it don't sound none PR.
In response to Ebro's tweet, Jay-Z knew this was coming. I'm sure his legal team was notified that this was coming his way, and he had this prepared days/weeks in advance by his legal counsel. People on his...
Yeah, because people been saying when the whole Diddy situation happened that Jay-Z pretty much went to... you ain't heard a peep from him at all, bro. Then people start like, he's not saying much, bro. Is he as guilty as everyone else thinks he is, bro? I don't know, man.
Well, don't get blindsided like this, which is also true. Lil Duval said on Twitter, they put out the most outrageous accusations and y'all just automatically believe it.
Like I just said, they could put out anything, bro. People are going to believe what they want to believe. It is what it is, bro. Unless you proven otherwise. Even when you proven innocent, some people still going to look at you with the side eye because the fact that you were accused of some shit, they going to feel like you're forever tainted because you was accused of shit. Even you know you didn't do it, bro.
Like I said, there's also a ton of people calling out the lawyer, Tony Busby, with one person saying a civil lawsuit...
I don't know why a 13-year-old was at a party.
But a huge portion of the population is stupid and is going to lean on confirmation bias with this. There's also a third school of thought, with people like 50 Cent jumping in, trolling, talking about, okay, I don't know...
Yeah, I saw this.
But are we still going to have the Super Bowl?
Right, still
I'm just asking for a friend. Other people are pointing out Bron saying Hove did and saying Jay-Z got 100 problems now. The internet, of course, is doing what they're always going to do. Regardless of which school of thought you fall into or whoever you're taking, I'm just here to bring you guys the facts and tell you what the situation is, along with bringing you everyone else's perspectives. In my opinion, as with everything else that's in the media cycle, I think it's best to just let everything play out in the legal system and use our best judgment and not like jump to conclusions right away. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, you may like my video where I go into more detail explaining all of the theories surrounding Jay-Z and Beyonce that I briefly mentioned in this video. I also talk more about Jaguar Wright because she's pretty interesting, so make sure to check out the video on screen right now. Other than that, if you like this music-related news, make sure to subscribe down below. Or consider leaving a like if you really enjoyed. But yeah, other than that, it's been your boy Matty Balls, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hey man, shout out to Matty Balls for this video, man. Much love, respect to him. Y'all go subscribe to his channel, bro. I don't know, man. You're gonna believe what you want to believe, man. Jaguar Wright been making these accusations. She's been on point with some of these things, but a lot of these things, I don't know. That whole Aaliyah situation is kind of, I don't know, bro. She passes away in a plane crash, and now the emergence of Beyonce as a solo artist happens probably, what, a year or two later? Was it 02, 03? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro, because Aaliyah was definitely at the top of the game, bro. She definitely was, as far as R&B, female R&B singer, she was up there, bro. At, what, 22 years old? Well, no, yeah, she's 22 years old. She's older than Beyonce. But I don't know, it's just nasty work, bro. It's nasty work. I don't know, you're gonna believe what you wanna believe, bro, but I don't know. There's sides, it's like, there's Jay-Z side, there's the girl side, and then the lawyer side, and then the fucking truth, bro. The truth. First of all, I just wanna know why is a 13-year-old girl at an after party with all these grown-ass celebrities? Whoever dropped her off needs to be held responsible for anything that may have happened to her. That shit is nasty. We're 13? What are you part of the dance team or some shit? I don't know. Was she the dance team on one of the choreographies? I don't know, bro. But what the hell is she doing at an after party, bro? So that shouldn't have dropped the ass off. That's crazy work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Also, identify yourself. Who are you, bro? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Identify yourself. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm not picking sides. I'm really not. I'm really in the middle because you don't know whose side you gonna pick. You gonna pick Jay's side, you gonna go to the Jane Doe, the lawyer, all that stuff, bro. People gonna pick who they want to pick, bro. People gonna feel how they want to feel. This is the internet. One thing you're never gonna go against is the internet. The internet is gonna always violate you no matter what, whether you are being honest or not, bro. The fact they're gonna look at you with a side eye because this shit is attached to your name forever, to most people's eyes. But hey, it is what it is, bro. I don't know, man. 2024, shit. 2024 is ending on some nasty work. I'm not gonna hold you, but this shit is nasty work, bro. Crazy, cringy work, but we're gonna see as it unfolds going into 2025. Cat Williams has started this shit from January. We are at the end of the year. That interview was next month will make a year since that interview dropped with Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay. Crazy work, bro, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen, bro. But yo, Hope you enjoyed the reaction to this video. If you're enjoying my reaction, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Dope Guy Big Dog. Hit the notification bell whenever I upload. Find me right here on Snapchat and Instagram right across the bottom screen. Any of the videos you may check out, please comment into this video, my other videos. Leave likes and comments on all my videos that help grow the channel, help with the algorithm for sure. Any more videos you may check out, leave a comment in the comment section below. No, I got y'all. Spin the block. But yeah, man, it's the Dope Guy and I am out. Yes, sir.